Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet into the point guard position.
Simply found the open man there because he read the defense. Well done by Davis.
A three ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. I'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Kidd.
I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And here is Brooks, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Brooks kicks to Green. Over Thompson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Outside for Davis. Back to Irving. Loads it up for Davis. And stolen by Thompson. And it's Houston on the break. Brooks for three. A rebound by Washington. It's tipped and stolen by Şengün. Green left side. Gafford with the steal. Davis finds Gafford. Washington with it. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Dallas again turning it over.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Rockets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Davis setting the pick for Thompson. Pass to Washington. Clock at 6. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 5 now.
Irving so good and crafty at being able to get things done with the high percentage shot inside.
From deep, Green. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Brooks, the pass to Thompson. Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Mavericks making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And a switch here also for Houston. Smith is checked in.
And you have to appreciate the confidence. Van Vliet wastes no time shooting the rock when he is in that group.
Out to Thompson. Dallas moving it around. Dinwiddie passes to Thompson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Thompson in the corner. It's tipped. Smith the pass to Thompson. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Almond will blow right by you.
Dallas again missing. And it's Houston's ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Oh, smart dish there by Brooks to a wide-open man, getting him the assist and his team some needed points.
A different look for Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Haji Marshall comes in for Washington. Christie subbed in for Klay Thompson. The Rockets also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Amen Thompson. Tari Eason comes in for Brooks. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. And the Mavericks with possession here after Jalen Green's three-pointer that didn't go. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Well, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Irving's checked in. Şengün's checked in for Houston. Aaron Holiday comes in for Jalen Green. No good on the quick three.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Holiday finds Şengün. Smith with a wide open look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
We've got Derek Lively. Kyrie Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And there's Christie, and it's Marshall in at the power forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. So it's the Mavericks now after the Rockets pick up three. Lively a screen on Holiday. And a wide open look for Irving. And he's good on the three ball. Irving's got 11 points.
The fire that Irving plays with, I mean, you can feel it. When you make a three on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Whitmore with it. Dinwiddie covering. Holiday the pass to Eason. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Edwards, he's checked in for Dinwiddie. Mavericks trail by 4. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
And Holiday kicks to Smith. Eason passes to Şengün. No good with the triple. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Now, Şengün. Smith outside. Pass to Eason. Lets the three fly. Mavericks with the rebound. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Here's Christie. He has yet to score. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Smith the pass to Holiday. Another miss by Houston. Mavericks trail by 4. Well, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the three. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
Here's Lively. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Şengün with the bucket.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's Christie. Whitmore defending. Lively the pass to Irving. Lively a screen on Hubbard. No good from Irving. Rockets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Smith, no luck. Dallas has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. The shot's good from Irving.
Irving, so much fun to watch in this one so far, utilizing every aspect of his offensive game.
Here's Şengün. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Irving. Over Şengün. Lively the pass to Irving. Pass to Edwards. Back to Irving. Stolen by Holiday. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Hands it from downtown.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Irving finds Lively. Lively sets a screen for Irving. They get it again. Pass to Christie. For 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's foul. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Alper and Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the small forward position. Now, here's Green. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. Clark, we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
It really is, Kevin. I mean, you almost feel like every 7-footer in the league is a capable perimeter shooter that can consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I actually enjoy it. I mean, the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently is pretty fun to watch.
Irving, good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Van Fleet. Thompson dishes to Brooks. Thompson sets the pick for Brooks. Uncovered. And Davis pulls it down.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Irving against Green. Now, here's Gaffney. On the wing, Thompson. Still without a basket. Clock is at 3. A fader. And again, Kyrie Irving. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
You know, when Irving rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
Thompson, a screen on Thompson. And the wide open shot from Green. And it's off from 3-point range. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Dallas. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And Thompson throws it down. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Clark, famously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size, But, man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred VanVleet has done. He is an incredible basketball player. Smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player.
Now Gafford, after Jalen Green's three-pointer that didn't go. Irving can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Marshall, who's checked in for Dallas. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. And so it's Houston with it, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Eason with it. No scoring in this one. Another miss by Houston.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Now Şengün following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And it's Green missing.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And Marshall kicks to Irving. Marshall sets a screen for Irving. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Mavs. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Rockets also changing it up. Steven Adams comes in for Şengün. And it's Jabari Smith in for Amen Thompson. There's Dinwiddie after the Rockets pick up 3. Pass to Thompson. Now here's Marshall. He's covered by Eason. And Marshall kicks to Thompson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Substitution on the court.
"16 seconds left to play in the third. Smith for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
What a performance. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. He's out there with Kyrie Irving. Exum is out there with Derek Lively. And it's Prosper in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Smith, no good. Dallas shooting about 42% so far. Exum with it. Eason on him. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Smith for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And the Rockets lead by 1. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Right side, Irving. In the corner, Lively with it. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Out to Smith. Tries again. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Right side, Irving. Here's Exum. Pass to Lively. Outside, Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Drills the three-pointer. Dinwiddie's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, it's all about being confident from there for Spencer Dinwiddie. A capable threat from distance now.
And so it's Irving who brings it up for Dallas. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Now here's Irving. Offline with his 3. Here's Şengün. And Smith punches it from deep. The Rockets again can't hit. Here's Prosper. The three-pointer no good. Houston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Eason gets a wide-open look. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. On its way from Irving for 2. Eason grabs the board.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Shepard. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Shepard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Irving passes to Exum. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Eason with it. Now defended by Exum. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Exum passes to Lively. To Exum. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Irving dishes to Exum. Outside, Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Prosper, a three-pointer is right on target. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Exactly what you've come to expect from Dinwiddie. A true combo guard will spread it around for you.
Shot by Eason, no good.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make it.
Irving against Şengün. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Eason with it. He's defended by Exum. Shot by Eason, no good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now Eason. After Spencer Dinwiddie missing on that last three-pointer, pass to Shepard. For the 3. Can't get the 3 to fall. Knocks it loose. Williams with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. The 3. Misses the tray. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game sees Dallas. Much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Backcourt. No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point.
And you love how effortless Davis makes this look. Rising up for an alley-oop like it's nothing.
For 3, Conley. It's rebounded by Dallas.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Here's Washington. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's McDaniels. Minnesota again missing. Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
Here's Thompson. Back to Irving. Over to the wing. The 3 from Washington. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Picked by Gobert. Edwards for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, in pick and roll action, you've got to be aggressive as a scorer. Anthony Edwards with the bucket.
Takes a 3. Gafford grabs the miss. The Mavericks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Irving with it. He's picked up by Conley. And here's Thompson for 3. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catch has defined Klay Thompson.
Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to Dallas. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Counted from distance.
Well, there is a special nature to Kyrie Irving's ability to answer back with the 3.
Thompson against Edwards. From downtown, drills it from deep. Edwards got 9.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here he goes. Excellent D there from Davis.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Irving finds Gafford. Irving against Conley. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Boy, Irving decisive on that drive, gets the foul because of the intensity taking it to the rack.
A different look for Dallas. Lively, he's checked in for Gafford. Marshall comes in for Washington. And it's Dinwiddie in for Klay Thompson. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
BA, this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
Here's Davis. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Pass to Lively. Here's Marshall. Goes back up. Randall pulls down the board. Irving against DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Ooh, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for Dallas. It's a 5-point game. Marshall can't hit. Minnesota has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. And that one's good.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
Irving looking around, and he lobs it up top.
Nice touch on both ends of that alley-oop.
Hey, when he let go of the pass, I had no idea what he was going for. DiVincenzo on the wing, covered by Lively. And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one. For 3, Randall. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Good scoring in this one as we conclude. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
On the court for the Timberwolves, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Naz Reid. And it's Edwards in at the 2. DiVincenzo can't hit. Dallas leading by 11. Irving with it. He's picked up by Miller. Pass to Christie. Back to Irving. Here's Christie. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Minot's checked in. Knocked away.
Number 8, Josh Minot.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Outside, DiVincenzo hits the trifecta.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
And he's going for the lob. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball. All right, Doris. Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, PA, this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
And Dallas making a change here. Edwards is checked in. Here's Christie. They grab their own miss. Outside Irving. Back to Lively. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Christie. Irving up top. Drives to the hoop. And finally they hit one. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
So smooth on the mid-range. Kyrie dialed in.
And stolen by Irving. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Christie's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 10. DiVincenzo on the wing. Edwards against Reed from deep three-point land. Rebounded by Marshall.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Irving, no good.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Oh, Edwards, money on the triple.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
And there's the lob and a slam dunk by Lively.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass. Now here's Edwards. 12 points for him. The fader. And another basket for Minnesota.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Mavericks are looking to contend. Coach Jason Kidd said, we're trying to build a championship team, and it's not easy. Dallas has not talked about that for a long time. So to talk about that, it's pretty cool. To be able to build it takes time. We have the personnel, we have the team. Brian, that's confidence.
Yep, and they're in win-now mode, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Irving. 9 points in the game. The three ball. Lively passes to Christie. Outside Irving. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, that's just a master of understanding pick and roll and how to develop a quality shot. Such a dangerous guy in those sets.
Now here's Edwards. 17 points in the game. Rebounded by Marshall.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
For three. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got 7 assists in the game.
You see the offensive force that is Kyrie Irving. Sometimes it's the scoring right there. It's just passing.
The answer, Anthony Edwards.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Irving for three. And the Mavericks, another three.
I mean, if you want to chase him off the line, that's fine. But that ability to dribble drive, this guy is impossible to guard. Kyrie Irving.
Here's Edwards. Offensive rebound. Shots blocked. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks up 15 points as this quarter concludes. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Okay, they're thinking about the shot.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Washington, then it's Thompson, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. That's Jason Kidd's 5 as we get into the second half. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got...
Whoa!
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. And it's Irving missing. Timberwolves trail by 14. Here's Edwards. Here's Randall. Right side Conley. Offline with a three. Davis with it. Randall's in his pocket. And he's going for the oop here. Gobert against Gafford. Outside for Randall. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. And he can't get that one. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Nails it from three.
Well, this is his comfort zone. Klay Thompson beyond the arc, such an easy look right there.
Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. The Mavericks lead by 19. Outside Irving. Out to Thompson. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track. He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
The fadeaway. Again, the miss by Edwards.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Outside Irving. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the dunk by Gafford.
That's just great savvy. A pick and roll situation run perfectly by Kyrie Irving.
Edwards finds Conley. Edwards looking for an opening. Again, the miss by Edwards.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Timberwolves trail by 21. To end the run. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for McDaniels.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Edwards. And he's going for the lob. And it's Randall with the jam.
This guy is so quick. Julius Randle finishes with a pretty dunk.
Out to Thompson. Fires the three. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Thompson's got 9.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
There's Davis with the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 9.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Conley passes to Randall. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Edwards. Gets it off. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's Dallas ending the quarter with it. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. We've got Dante DiVincenzo. Joe Ingles is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Anthony Edwards, and it's Clark in at the 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Throws it up high, and stolen by Edwards. Outside, Ingles. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Irving's got 21.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison, doesn't matter.
Ingles from outside. Christie with a rebound. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Pass to Reid. Back to Ingles. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marshall, he's checked in for Prosper. Exum comes in for Christie. And Williams is subbed in for Irving. Conley's checked in for Minnesota. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Exum outside. Pulls up. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Reid for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And here's Clark for 3. They get it back. Reid passes to Edwards. 4-3. And Conley gets it to go. The assist from Edwards.
Boy, you've got to love when Mike Conley shoots it with confidence, goes to the catch and shoot game. All right, Mike.
Here's Williams. Nails the wide open jumper. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night. For Minnesota, they've got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. To the paint. Out to the wing. Oh, there's the alley. A slam dunk by Reid.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Dinwiddie, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. A slam dunk by Reid.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Dinwiddie. The kick out to Williams.
2 minutes remaining.
Exum outside.
2 minutes.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Exum's got his first points in this one.
Well, it's hard to question the size Dante Exum brings to the point guard position. He's unique in the game.
Up top, DiVincenzo. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Clark against Lively. Tipped.
It's just a bad foul. Gotta be smarter than this.
So for Dallas, Prosper's checked in for Marshall, and it's Hardy in for Dinwiddie. Dallas leading by 22. Minute 32 left to play in the fourth quarter. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Mavericks.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
He ran things with precision. Great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Dinwiddie, he's checked in for Dallas.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Exum outside, takes the 3, and the Mavericks, another 3!
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Releases. 43 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Randall inside. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. Oh, he drains the three, and he'll go to the line for one more. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle.
Dinwiddie. Shooting 1.
Free throw good, Dinwiddie.
One thing you have to love about Spencer Dinwiddie is his confidence. Here's a guy who knows he belongs, and he's proving it with his play night after night. You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Now here's Gobert. Shakes him. It's tipped. And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. We saw two. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, you know, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and you know they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I mean, I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at point. Now, here's Green. Şengün with a screen on Edwards. And it's Green missing.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. McDaniels sets a screen for Edwards. Drills it from outside.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Şengün with a screen on Edwards. And Green gets it to go.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. With the fadeaway. Edwards, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Van Vliet kicks to Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. Brooks setting a pick for Van Vliet. Shoots. Nice open look, but it's no good.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Edwards. Gobert against Şengün. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the boards. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
There's Green with the 3, and another 3 for Houston.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Green. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. Conley kicks to Randle. Good on the 3-point shot.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Şengün, no good.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Randle outside. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. At the top of the key, Brooks. Şengün with the screen for Green. Over Edwards. And it falls over the rim and in. And that's 11 points for Jalen Green.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Edwards. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Edwards plays with such ferocity.
Out to Thompson. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Thompson. Shoots the three. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And both teams here in a nice rhythm offensively. And that really says as much about the lack of D as it does either's hope.
For three, Edwards. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for the Rockets. We witnessed him deliver. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Miller is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Edwards in at the 2 spot. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said, there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to...
What a sweet jam by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
DiVincenzo. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Another miss by Houston. Minnesota's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The shot's good from Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got his first basket.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
Shot by Eason, no good. Minnesota leading by 4. Lobbed up there for Miller. And stolen by Eason. 3 on 3. Smith for 3. The Rockets again can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. It's good from long range.
Look, if Edwards is hitting that shot, there's not much you can do defensively to stop him.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Houston making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. And then for Minnesota, Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Miller. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards finds Conley. Back to Edwards. Pass to Reed. Shot clock at 6. And Thompson sends it back. They combo!
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
Minnesota in the lead. Here's Edwards, and there's the drive, and Edwards slams it in.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Here's Eason, and it's off from 3-point range. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. Minnesota with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. And here's Edwards from the arc. That shot is no good. His 5th miss now in 12 tries. Rockets shooting not great, 40% for the game. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Thompson. Edwards with it. Picked up by VanVleet. Edwards on the bounce.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
Van Vliet passes to Easton. Some nice passing there by Houston. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Easton's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Edwards. Outside Conley. Alexander Walker on the wing. There's the triple. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Pass to Whitmore. Puts up a deep three. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 3. Bounce pass from Reed. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Alexander Walker. No good on the triple. Thompson up top. Defended by Alexander Walker. Now Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. On the wing, Green. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Green's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Houston. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Şengün's got it all tied up now for Houston. It's Edwards on the wing. By Green. Edwards, good.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor when shooting that jumper.
Green with the ball. Now defended by Randall. Fires the 3. And Şengün with the basket on the assist from Green. Şengün's got 5 points now in the quarter. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. Van Vliet against Conley. Back to Edwards. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Thompson kicks to Green. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Edwards. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Brooks. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. Back to McDaniel. Gobert down low. Şengün's there. Offensive rebound. Outside for Randall. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And they take the lead. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 3 now for the Rockets. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hito Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Thompson surveying the floor. A free ball. Conley grabs the miss. For Minnesota, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Houston's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
Edwards cashing in from outside.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Rockets trail by 5. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Brooks with a screen on Conley. Van Vliet kicks to Brooks. With the shot. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 4th assist in this one. The Timberwolves have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Edwards can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Minnesota shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. Here's Conley. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 11 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And here's Edwards from the arc. At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And for Houston, they're shooting the ball at 42%. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Naz Reid. Anthony Edwards out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the power forward. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. Minnesota making a switch here. Garza's checked in. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back. Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
From downtown, shot by Eason, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Eason grabs the board. Eason's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smith outside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Reid. Back to Alexander-Walker. Edwards against Şengün. And stolen by Eason. From outside the arc. He can't get that one.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
It's stolen. Floats one. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Alexander-Walker. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Here's Holiday. Pass to Eason. Back to Holiday. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Holiday's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
For 3, Edwards. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Eason finds Şengün. Back to Eason. From past the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. And now a 7-point Houston lead. Takes a three. Rebound Minnesota. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Garza. He's covered by Eason. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Smith gets to Şengün. Back to Smith. Takes the three. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 7.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Holiday. Reed misses. Houston's got 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. Shot by Eason, no good.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Shot's good by Alexander Walker.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest up front.
Pass to Eason. Houston moving it around. Smith for three. Eason with it. For three. Smith, no good. Alexander Walker on the wing. Guarded by Holiday. Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. Bursting off the floor. Edwards hammers it down.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch cheese.
Pass to Whitmore. Out to Holiday. Over to the wing. Şengün with the ball. Here's Eason. Nails the tray.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Reed kicks to DiVincenzo. Out of hand on it. Pass to Whitmore. Misses the three. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Edwards finds Reed. Reed with a screen on Eason. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Now Eason. Smith right side. Three-pointer. DiVincenzo with the rebound. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. That was a...
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Daniel Gafford. And it's Washington in at the small forward position. Thompson with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Three-pointer Brooks. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Şengün with a steal. And he lobs it up. And it's blocked. He keeps control of the ball. Outside Irving. Davis down low, defended by Thompson. Kept alive. Pass to Gafford. Thompson outside.
Get there.
Irving against Van Vliet. Good.
And this is Irving's role, a natural scorer who understands when that mid-range J opens up, he's got to fire.
Over his career, Anthony Davis has averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Those are career numbers, Richard.
It's a very short list of players who have done that. Single digit. Pair his scoring with his defensive abilities, and you've got a problem.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Brooks from outside. He drops it from range.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Irving for 3. Fires in the triple. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Going right back at them. Kyrie answers with a 3 of his own.
And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his first foul of the game. Now let's send it over to Ali LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
And the point of emphasis in the game plan against Anthony Davis was to simply be more physical inside. Coach said we have to force him outside the paint and make him shoot those mid to long range shots. Sounds like they're willing to give up the outside shot to keep Davis from dominating the paint.
Thank you for that, Ali. And here's Thompson for three. And Houston, another three.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Davis a screen. Irving for three. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Brooks. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Brooks has got 5 now.
Offensively, Brooks can be just relentless, constantly looking for chances to get his team points.
Thompson with a steal. And here comes the break. Up ahead. Tipped. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. The three is up. And the Mavericks, another three.
You just can't let Clay find any looks anywhere from the three-point line. He makes quick work from the coffin corner.
Thompson fires from way outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Irving with it. And it's Şengün picking him up. Davis, the pass to Irving. And here is Thompson. And Dallas hits again from deep.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
And that one's good for Brooks.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
Gafford with a screen on Van Vliet. And he lobs it up top. And the dunk by Gafford.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Pass to Şengün. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Another three from Houston.
If you let him, Van Vliet will just live at the arc. I mean, he shoots fearlessly from out there.
Davis a screen. Van Vliet against Irving. Buries it from three. He's got 14.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the three.
Van Vliet scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Irving. In transition, here they come. Shot and game clock separated by 5.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire. Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Şengün. Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. Brooks from outside. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
And just nails the three.
Kyrie Irving has been on display for Dallas. Moving the rock and looking for a shot. It's clear he's in a good rhythm. We'll be back in a moment. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Aaron Holiday out there with Whitmore. And it's Eason in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Lively with a screen on Holiday. Irving. Fires the 3. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
Intelligent play by Kyrie. He knows the pick and roll gets him some better options.
4-3. Lively grabs a miss. Dallas leading by 13. And one guy who's just scratching the surface of his potential, Jabari Smith.
Yeah, he's still very young, still gaining strength, but his upside on both ends is enormous.
Pass to Şengün. To the middle. Back to Smith. On the mark with the 15-footer.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
Lively with a screen on Holiday. Irving against Holiday. For three. And it's Irving missing. The Rockets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Eason can't get it to go. Dallas has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. On the wing, Irving, covered by Smith. Launches a 3. Marshall can't hit. Rockets trail by 11. Launches it. Eason can't get it to go. Oh, got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will keep it.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Thompson, he's checked in for Houston. Van Vliet comes in for Holiday. Gafford, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Thompson comes in for Christie. Outside Whitmore. Takes the 3. Thompson pulls it in. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be, rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. Dylan Brooks checked in for the Rockets. Jalen Green comes in for Whitmore. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Washington comes in for Dinwiddie. Clock at 2, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
Dallas leading by 11. Irving looking around.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the first half of this game. He drops it from range.
There is one guy you can count on, and that's Kyrie Irving. He knows how to find shots and make an impact on that end of the floor.
The kick out to Van Vliet. Brooks, right side. Houston with another miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Gafford. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
We sometimes forget how solid Irving is when it comes to his passing. Great find there.
Gets the 3 to fall.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Irving for 3. Rebounded by Green. Rockets trail by 13. Back to Brooks. And here's Thompson for 3. Another 3 from Houston.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Outside Irving. Pass to Washington. Outside Davis. Outside Irving. From outside, off the mark. The Rockets shooting the ball at 43% from the field.
Wow!
I can't believe he just did that!
Wow. See, those are the type of finishes that you pay to see.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Thompson for 3. Oh, and Clay makes that 3 look so easy.
See, it's Clay's accuracy that makes him so hard to stop. He's a constant threat from range.
Stolen by Davis. Here we go. And he lobs it up. Pass to Washington. Outside Irving. Davis with a screen on Van Vliet. Tries again. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you... All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break. Ready for the second half.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court
there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts and make life a little more difficult on him.
And on the floor for Jason Kidd as we get into the second half, Klay Thompson is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's P.J. Washington, then there's Davis, and it's Gafford in at the 5. The 3 is up. Another 3 from Houston. And the Mavericks with possession here. At one point, they led by 16. You know, Grant and Van Fleet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him.
Şengün passes to Van Vliet. There's the triple. Gafford grabs the miss. The Mavericks lead by 9. Outside Irving. Puts up a 3. Takes a 3. Sinks it from distance. Irving's got 26 points.
This is Irving's mentality. He understands that he is out there to shoot and shoot often, especially off the catch.
Brooks outside. Van Vliet outside. Back to Brooks. 6 to shoot. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for the Mavs. Leading by 12. Pass to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Now, Kyrie has the ability to rack up a ton of assists. He knows how to find the open man.
Van Vliet with a deep 3. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. The Mavericks have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Gafford up top. Back to Irving. Here's the 3. Gafford finds Irving. Davis a screen from the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. And stolen by Irving. All by himself. Oh, Brooks with the steal. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Green for 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. It's tipped. Pass to Şengün. Van Vliet outside. It's stolen by Irving. Beyond the arc. Drains the triple. That's 29 for him.
And look, if you get Kyrie in the open floor, it's going to be a problem because, you know what? He's pretty much unstoppable when you get to him.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers. Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Oh!
Okay, that's just insane.
Strong finish!
Oh.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Outside for Irving. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Puts up a deep 3. And it's Green missing.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Irving, the pass to Davis. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got his 9th assist of the game now.
Well, Davis has built a habit of rising to the occasion, so I am not surprised by his bailout there.
Here's Dallas now. Some momentum. A 15-2 run underway. Thompson, a screen on Van Vliet. Thompson right side. Outside for Irving. Down low. Here's Davis. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Davis has got 8.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks continuing to... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Cam Whitmore out there with Aaron Holiday. And it's Eason in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And Houston is shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lively. So it's the Rockets now. And the basket by Holiday.
And what were they thinking, leaving 3 guys, like 3 open on the perimeter? They got what they asked for.
Irving for 3. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Şengün with a steal. 3 on 3. Here's Eason. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Houston making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. And Dallas also making a switch. Thompson's checked in. Whitmore with it. And Lively picks him up defensively. And Şengün throw it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And a slam dunk by Lively.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball. Really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Dinwiddie with a screen on Van Vliet. Irving for 3. Smith with the rebound.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Oh, got that one up quick. Whitmore's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Irving against Van Vliet. Outside Irving. Out to Thompson. 4 on the clock. Van Vliet against Irving. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. So for the Rockets, Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Brooks comes in for Eason. And Jalen Green subbed in for Whitmore. Van Vliet finds Green. Off the mark there with a 3.
Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches.
And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That'll be a second foul of the game. Irving for 3.
Van Vliet with the suffocating defense. Surrenders no room.
Jacks up a 3. Hits the trifecta. Van Vliet's got 9 points now in the second half.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And he's going for the oop here. Davis can't hit.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
The Mavericks lead by 13. Pass to Irving. Puts up a deep 3. Brooks with the rebound. And it's Houston's ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Thompson in the post. Davis on him. Van Vliet with it. Irving picks him up. Outside, Green. And a miss there on the triple.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Irving for 3. He got a piece of it.
I mean, that was pure hustle by Van Vliet, giving his all to influence the shot and swat it away.
On the wing, Green. Shoots over Thompson. And another miss by Houston.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Mavericks.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Now, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Kyrie Irving.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Here's Thompson, and that comes off the assist by Green.
Asante Ryn's underrated playmaker. Green showing good patience and vision.
Outside Davis. Outside for Irving. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Houston ball. Substitution on the court.
And a comeback here looking very unlikely.
Absolutely everything would have to go their way at this point.
And here's Holiday. And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. Boy, a nice win on the road.
this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Klay Thompson. P.J. Washington is out there with Davis. Then there's Irving. And it's Gafford in at center. Now here is Irving. Gafford finds Thompson. Just 3 to shoot. Plays it up off the glass.
Even though he does most of his damage along the perimeter, Thompson can also dial it up inside.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Now, when it came to Kyrie Irving, Coach said trying to contain him tonight won't be easy. He told me Kyrie is a fantastic player, but I feel confident that our guys will be all over him tonight. Pretty strong words, guys.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Irving over Conley. Pass to Davis. Davis with a screen on Conley. Moves back up. Minnesota with the rebound. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
One of the dominant dunkers in the league. Davis can put on the show in there.
Randall with a screen for Conley, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. For 3, Edwards trains the three-pointer. Edwards got 6.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Irving against Conley. To the inside. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Mavericks making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Gobert, the pass to Randall. Back to Gobert. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Now here's Dinwiddie. On the wing, Thompson gets the three-pointer to fall. 5 points in the game.
The blend of confidence and skill, beautiful to see. Thompson knew all he needed was the ball in his hands.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Thompson against Edwards. 5 to shoot. Randall outside. Gobert with a screen on Davis. They get the rebound. Outside Conley. Randall surveying the D. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Here's Dinwiddie. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And we know Thompson can do damage as a scorer, but they're showing off his ability to pass it.
Edwards against Thompson. Pass to Conley. 1:11 left in the first. Another miss by Minnesota.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Mr. Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. with the drive. Randall outside. Trying to get something going. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Off target from outside. Mavericks leading by 5. Stolen by McDaniels. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. Lets it go from deep. Traps in the tray.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Pass to Gafford. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gafford's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now, here is Irving. Hasn't made one yet. Edwards, a screen on DiVincenzo. Irving misses. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And you know, Clark, you look at the switch the Mavericks hit last year. This is a team that has certainly bought in.
It's pretty clear, Kevin. They believe in their coach, and they know they can make it to the finals now. They look to empower one another. They play as more than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. A well-oiled, cohesive group.
Now Marshall, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Lively. Just 5 on the clock. To the wing on the left. Here's Christie. And here's Irving. Over in the corner, Edwards trains the three-pointer.
Kyrie looking to get others involved. Nice awareness there.
Timberwolves trail by 4. DiVincenzo with it. Edwards finds Reed. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Timberwolves making a change here. Einad's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Williams is checked in for Edwards. Edwards can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Good. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're gonna get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're gonna leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Davis comes in for Marshall. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Christie. It's Thompson in for Irving. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possession on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Pass to Davis. Over in the corner, Washington. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Well, he's a stretch forward now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
Edwards against Thompson. Randall passes to McDaniels. Jacks up a three, and the three ball is good. McDaniels got himself on the board with three there.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Randall outside. From the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Thompson for three. Thompson running the floor.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game. Klay Thompson.
To the paint. Here's Randall. To Gobert. Out to Edwards. Into the lane. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got his fourth rebound in this one. On the wing, Thompson. Davis with a screen on Edwards. Thompson from long range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Mr. Gobert, 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gobert, the screen. Oh, the lob to Gobert. It's stolen by Davis.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And here's Edwards from the arc.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action in just a minute. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. They've got Daniel Gafford. Anthony Davis is out there with Washington. Then it's Thompson, and it's Irving in at the point. Irving for 3. It's good from long range. Irving's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Mavericks. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Irving, good.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead has got to just 7 on the basket from Conley.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Irving drives in. Davis has the open look. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
This is what the big-time players in the league do. Anthony Davis just had his team get hit for a three-pointer on defense. He comes right back at him with a 3 of his own. Bang!
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks.
Plays with nice force. I mean, Randall heading to the line now.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Randall.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. They get it back. Pass to Washington. On the wing, Irving. Covered by Conley. Floats it up for Davis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
But we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Gobert, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
Davis with a screen on Conley. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Driving in. Timberwolves passing it around. And Davis sends it back.
Expert timing by Davis on the block. Right when the ball was at its apex, he got it.
Randall a screen on Thompson. Edwards kicks to Randall. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Tell you what, I could watch this move and this movie all night long. Irving doing a nice job getting his team quality shots.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. Thompson right side. Back to Irving. Screen by Gafford. Out to Thompson. Fires from deep. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Well, we know Thompson always wired to score, but right now it even seems to be becoming easier for him.
Edwards passes to Conley. Out to Edwards. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Randall can't get that one to fall. Mavericks leading by 10. And Davis now top of the key. Here's Marshall out to Thompson. Pass to Marshall. Second shot opportunity. Irving, good. Irving's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Give Irving some room to get it off that little floating jump shot of his, and you'll regret it for sure.
Conley finds Alexander Walker. Knocked loose. Marshall with the steal. One-on-one fast break. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Davis the pass to Irving. Another 3 for Dallas.
Some of the quickest hands in the NBA. Kyrie showing you that quick release there.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to Alexander Walker. Out to Conley to end the run. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back ball here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistles for over the back.
Yeah, you know, that was out of his reach anyway, so I don't even know why he made that effort. No need to commit the foul there.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks feeling good. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Edwards. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Garza in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. DiVincenzo kicks to Ingles. For 3, Edwards drills the three-pointer.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Mavericks leading by 14. Outside Irving. Throws it up high. And stolen by DiVincenzo. On the wing, Ingles. From deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. And not give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
And here's Marshall from the arc. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Marshall's got his first 3 points of the game.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Mike Conley's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Dallas with a change here, too. Thompson's checked in. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Sweet shooting from DiVincenzo. Really comfortable getting that shot up quickly.
Lively a screen on Conley. Irving from long range. On the wing, Dinwiddie. Irving against Conley. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lively, that's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Minnesota making some changes. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Dallas also making some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Davis comes in for Marshall. And it's P.J. Washington in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Mavericks leading by 13. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Conley with a wide open look. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Irving misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Randle no good.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
Well, this is a staple, a pillar of Irving's attack. You got to be up on him, or he'll pull up on a dime.
Out to Conley. Back to Edwards. And Davis sends it back.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
From deep three-point land. A rebound by Washington. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And finished off by Davis.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Dallas.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kyrie Irving.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Minnesota with the ball. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Reed. Stolen by Lively. Oh, Dinwiddie in position. Puts up a deep 3. The shot comes out. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Reed finds Clark. 3-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Here is Williams. Launches a 3. Dinwiddie for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Lively, no one around him. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was, thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
So the Houston starting five. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On the wing, Green. He's guarded by Conley. Here's Şengün. Hits the three-pointer.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Edwards against Green. And Edwards good for three.
That is a stone-cold three by the Ant-Man.
Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Conley passes to Gobert. Randall outside. Picked by Gobert from behind the arc. And it's Randall that time on the assist from Gobert.
Well, so often the guy who sets the screen. In that instance, Julius Randle with the ball in his hands in the pick and roll. Go ahead, Julius.
Back to Şengün. Brooks from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. The baseline J is on the way. Again, the Timberwolves score.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
Green for three. No good there.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Şengün against Edwards. Tries a 10-footer. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. We talked about Fred Van Vliet and how Coach hopes to counter him. Coach told me I'd love to put size on him and give him an unfavorable matchup. But the truth is, it's all about hustle, just staying on him as much as possible. It's a pretty straightforward strategy, but Coach hopes it's effective. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. And that one's good from Conley.
Well, just such a smooth, pretty lefty stroke. That three-point opportunity for Mike Conley? Yes, sir.
To the inside, the kick out to Van Vliet. Outside, Green. Şengün passes to Brooks. To stop the run, Houston with another miss.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Houston. Trailing by 8. And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, BA, to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes.
Van Vliet on the wing. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Off target with the three. Minnesota leading by 5. Edwards for 3. And he misses the shot again. Only 2 of 7 in this one. Pass to Green. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Green's got his second basket on the night.
You love the confidence Green has. He wastes no time going up with the shot.
Edwards, the pass to Randall. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets trail by 3. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Randall pulls down the board. Minnesota has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Edwards, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
There's the 3, Nails it from beyond the arc. Edwards has got 8 points. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Whitmore outside. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Hey. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Aaron Holiday out there with Cam Whitmore. And it's Eason in at the three.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Minnesota leading by 9. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Minnesota's gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. From downtown, the Rockets pull it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That'll be a second foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Garza's checked in. Goes up off the inbound. And there's Holiday. That's good. On the assist from Eason.
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
To the paint. Smith outside. No good from outside. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Ooh, it's stolen by Eason. Back comes Houston in transition. Holiday from long range. Knocks down the long J. Holiday's got 5.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
And the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul. Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. Thompson, he's checked in for Houston. Fred VanVleet comes in for Holiday.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul of the game. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all see.
Edwards, a pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Looking to get back on track. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. Thompson with it. Randall's in his pocket. Three-pointer, VanVleet. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Doubled by VanVleet. Edwards against VanVleet. Here's Randall. Gets an open look and hits it. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Randall pass to Gobert. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Thompson. And here's the fast break. And he's going for the lob. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Oh, Amen Thompson. Incredible verticality.
Here's Randall into the lane. And yep, it's good. Randall's got his third basket of the night. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Here's Thompson. No luck on that one. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a change for the Rockets. Smith's checked in. 34 seconds left in the first half. Alexander Walker, no good on the three. For Houston, they've gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. And that one's good for Brooks.
Offensively, Brooks can be just relentless, constantly looking for chances to get his team points.
Outside for Randall. Outside, Alexander Walker. Over Green. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Rockets on top, leading by a point. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Green, the pass to Thompson. And here's Şengün. 3-pointer. Thompson's shot is off. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Stolen by Thompson. Randall with a steal. Brooks against McDaniels. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And here we go, the Rockets in transition.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Deflects the pass. Oh, there's the alley. Gobert, no good.
Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little off.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Conley passes to Edwards. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Van Vliet on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from deep. And it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
Well, because of his high basketball IQ, Fred Van Vliet understands catch and shoot. I'm shot ready. Jumper in. I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Green's got 7.
And an excellent job distributing the ball tonight. You can really see his feel for the game.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Pass to Brooks. Lets it go from deep. McDaniels with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
From deep, Conley. Minnesota again missing. And it's Houston's ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Green finds Van Vliet. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Timberwolves trail by 9. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say. BA, because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Pass to Şengün. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. McDaniels from long range. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Conley's got his third assist of the night. Van Vliet with a deep three. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Van Vliet outside. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. Eason's checked in for Houston. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. Houston with another miss. The Timberwolves trail. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Gobert, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Smith, he's checked in for Houston. Whitmore comes in for Thompson.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
For three, Conley. It's hauled in by Houston. Smith's got 4 rebounds in the game. From outside the arc. That one's good from Green. And the assist by Whitmore. Green's got 10.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
Randall finds DiVincenzo. The three, and the three-pointer goes.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Outside for Green. For three, Smith. And Conley grabs the miss. Conley's got 4 rebounds now. Up top, Randall for the lead. Outside, Alexander Walker. It's stolen by Green. Oh, Green looking swift on the break.
And going all out on the break, Green saw his chance and makes it a one-man show.
Reed can't hit. Houston in the lead. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. This one for 3. And it's Easton with a 3. He has 6.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Outside Conley. From deep. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Green for 3. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Oh, they're on fire. The run punctuates.
And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for the Rockets. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Whitmore is out there with Aaron Holiday. And it's Eason in at the 3, the small forward. The 3, Smith. Out to the right wing. Second shot opportunity. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Rockets lead by 10.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
Here's Ingles. Eason pulls it in.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Ingles with it. Guarded now by Whitmore. Minnesota again missing. On the break. Smith outside. Let's go with a 3. On target from range. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in. It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Three-pointer, Holiday. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside, Ingles. Pass to DiVincenzo. And there's the lob. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Here's Easton. And it's all from three-point range. Şengün finds Easton. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Poke loose. Whitmore with it. He's picked up by Edwards.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Ingles from outside. Counted from distance.
Confidence, range, distance, it doesn't matter. Joe Ingles knows how to stretch the floor.
From deep. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Stolen by Ingles. He launches a three. On the wing, Ingles. Fires for three. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Easton. The Rockets with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 11. Outside, Ingles. The three, DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Houston. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. The Rockets with another miss.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft. You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer. Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
The Rockets lead by 8. And the three off target. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Some room here for Holiday. Oh, steps back and drains the jumper.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Ingles. 35 seconds left in the game. Shot clock at 5. An absolute bomb from three-point range. 29 seconds left to play in the fourth. Holiday passes to Eason. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Whitmore with the three. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.